And good evening, everybody, and welcome into Stuart Field here on the campus of the Illinois Institute of Technology, where tonight we have the conference opener for women's soccer in the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference as the Aurora University Spartans come into Stuart Field to take on the host Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. Hello, everyone. This is Eric Willowhite, Sports Information Director for Illinois Tech Athletics. I'll be bringing you the call for tonight's match. Aurora, the Spartans come in with a record of 0-5 overall here in conference play, 0-3 at home, 0-2 on the road. They last played this past Sunday, and they lost to Webster 1-0. That was a home match for the Spartans. For Illinois Tech, they come in with a record of 4-0-1 overall. They last played Saturday at Rose-Hulman. They were 3-0 winners, so they are 4-0-1 on the season. Their only blemish, so to speak, was a 2-2 tie against Hope College at home this past Wednesday. Let's go over the starting lineups for the teams. For Aurora, starting in goal, senior goalkeeper number 1, Melina Kane. First-year defender number 2, Shreya Hairston. First-year forward number 7, Julie Lopez. Senior forward number 8, Chelsea Johnson. Junior midfielder number 9, Amara Olivas. Junior midfielder number 12, Larissa Barreto. First-year defender number 13, Maura Sikorsky. First-year defender number 18, Ruby Peck. First-year midfielder number 20, Daniela Martinez. Sophomore forward number 23, Sydney Thompson. And a senior defender, number 28, McKenna Coons. For head coach Courtney Neighbor in her third season coaching the Spartans, assisted by Emma Delgado, Katie Sullivan, and Colin Kirk. And for your Illinois Tech starters, for Coach Roshane Ellison in his 11th season, he is assisted by Alan Garcia Pena, Julian Soto, Tom Paparunas, Lucy Georgiorian, Sarah Thomas, and Jillian Olashager. Here are your Illinois Tech starters, as spoken by your Illinois Tech starters.
Kayla Hampton, Duval, Washington.
Lena Yanara, Geneva, Illinois.
Lily Schuth, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Gabriella Baltus, Plymouth, Minnesota.
Grace Yeager, Las Vegas, Nevada. Allie Murray, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hannah Ramos, Tucson, Arizona.
Kelly Hitchcock, Scottsdale, Arizona.
Tuessa Valdivia, Saratoga, California.
Taylor Hernandez, San Clemente, California.
Kayla Smith, Redmond, Washington.
Sophomore forward from Green Bay, Wisconsin, number 23, Sydney Thompson. A senior defender from Sandy, Utah, number 28, McKenna Coons. The Spartans are led by their head coach, Courtney Neighbor, in her third season, and assistant coaches, Emma Delgado, Katie Sullivan, and Colin Kirk. And now for your Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. A junior goalkeeper from Duval, Washington, number 1, Kayla Hampton. A senior forward from Redmond, Washington, number 4, Kayla Smith. A senior midfielder from St. Louis, Missouri, number 5, Allison Murray. A sophomore defender from Geneva, Illinois, number 6, Elena Yonahara. A sophomore midfielder from Tucson, Arizona, number 8, Hannah Ramos. A grad student forward from Scottsdale, Arizona, number 10, Kelly Hitchcock. Their first-year forward from San Clemente, California, number 11, Taylor Hernandez. A sophomore defender from Las Vegas, Nevada, number 13, Liliana Schuth. Senior defender from Plymouth, Minnesota, number 16, Gabriella Baltes. A A first-year defender from Las Vegas, Nevada, number 18, Grace Yeager. A first-year forward from Saratoga, California, number 25, Suesa Valtulia. The Scarlet Hawks are coached by Roshane Ellison in his 11th season, and assistant coaches Alan Garcia-Pina, Julian Soto, Tom Paparunas, Lucy Dragorian, Sarah Thomas, and Julian Oligshager. Would all fans now please rise and remove your hats as we honor America for the playing of our national anthem.
And welcome back into the broadcast booth. So the starting lineups have been announced. National anthem has been played, and we're just moments away from getting this game underway. The first conference match of the season in the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference in women's soccer between Illinois Tech, the Scarlet Hawks, and the visiting Aurora University Spartans. Illinois Tech will be in red, so they're wearing their red uniforms tonight, all red with white numerals and trim. Goalkeeper Kayla Hampton will be in yellow, and they will be to your left, going left to right from your vantage point on the far side camera. Our press box is located across the field on the west side. The camera is on the east side facing west. And for Aurora, they will be in black, so all black for Aurora as they are huddling up right now. Goalkeeper Melina Kane will be in orange. And Aurora's still huddling up there. All right, now they finally broke the huddle. Can't tell if that's white, white numerals. Sort of like silverish numerals up front, but white numerals in the back. And all black for Aurora. And we're ready to get underway. Referees in purple, if you're concerned about those things. Referees having a discussion here with the table. I'm not exactly sure what the issue is. So we're going to find out here shortly. Looks like they're doing net maintenance. So we're going to get a delayed start here. All that run up to the pregame here, and looks like they're doing some late maintenance to the goals or checking on the goals. That should have been done before the match, so I'm not exactly sure why this is happening now, but that is the case. So they're currently taking a look to the net to your right. And then I imagine they'll head over to the left side from your vantage point and check out that net. Players on both teams trying to stay loose here while they wait for the referees to finish their inspection. Again, kind of odd that this is taking place after anthem. So while they're doing that, I guess I'll go over some statistics since we have the time. Oh, it looks like they're just going to look at the net that was to your right. Referee's going out to the circle to get things started, so a little bit of a delay. 7:05 is the time right now. Game time temperature around 73 degrees. And we're underway. Well, shot towards the net right off the bat there, and Melina Kane hauls that one in. We're underway. Aurora on the season. You only have one goal scored so far in their first 5 matches. That was a 4-1 loss at Lake Forest. And getting that goal was Chelsea Johnson with an assist from Amara Olivas. Kane has played in 4 games. He's allowed 7 goals, 2.23 goals against average. She's made 17 saves on the season for a 708 save percentage. For the Scarlet Hawks, and Aurora has allowed 5 goals on the season. Check that, 11 goals on the season, scored 1. For Illinois Tech, they've scored 13 on the season, allowed 2. They're 4-0-1, again with that 2-2 tie against Hope College last Wednesday. Leading goal scorer is Grace Yeager. The first-year defender has 3 goals and an assist for 7 points. Right behind another first-year player is Tvesa Valthulia, who has 2 goals and 2 assists for 6 points. Centered in the box, but that one's knocked out. Starting goalkeeper Kayla Hampton played in 5 games. She's allowed 2 goals, a 0.53 goals against average with 7 saves. On the season, we're going to have a corner kick for Illinois Tech. It looks like Taylor Hernandez will take that for the Hawks over in the far corner. Hernandez has taken more and more of the corner kicks for the Hawks as the season's progressed. That one to the back end of the box. That one's lofted up, drops down, and then Aurora is going to clear. Lena Yonahara trying to track that one down, heads it over to Liliana Schuth. And then Schuth eludes Aurora's Sydney Thompson and then brings it inside. A lot of room for Schuth. And now Hernandez. Oh, she kind of mishit that one and coughed it up, taken away by Amara Olivas. Hawks get it back, however. Yonahara to feed Valthulia, or Ramos to Valthulia. She cuts to the inside. Brings it up high, chips towards the box, that's blocked. Hernandez spins around, gets a shot off, and making a nice save and falling on the ball is Melina Crane. So a good job by Hernandez to spin around, clear her defender, and get a shot off. A ground ball attempt, but it still had a little volume on it, or velocity on it, and Crane had to make a nice save diving to her right. Hawks bringing the ball back in the zone, trying to track that one down is Hannah Ramos. And now Aurora will bring it upfield looking to clear, but Allie Murray trying to gum up the works there. Ball goes to the circle. Yeager back to Baltez, back to Yeager. Yeager on the far side will get it over the midfield stripe. She has a little room in front of her and then finds Kelly Hitchcock. Hitchcock's pass back to Yeager was knocked out. It'll be a throw-in for the first-year defender. Finds Kayla Smith, and that ball is knocked out by Sikorsky, Maura Sikorsky. So another throw-in for Yeager. Yeager to Hitchcock. Hitchcock tries to settle it down. Good job defensively there by Shreya Hairston. Now Kayla Smith with possession. Now she'll bring it up along the far sideline. Nice side pass to Hitchcock. But again, Hairston getting in the way. Smith pursuing. And then coming out and falling on it is Melina Kane before Smith can advance on the ball. Good job by Smith to elude pressure and bring it towards net. Nice kick from Kane. That's going to go deep into Hawks territory. Headed backwards. Baltez was looking to track it down. Over to Yeager. Now Kayla Hampton will touch the ball for the first time and swing it over to Liliana Schuth on that near side with Lena Yonahara along the sideline. Yonahara had the ball taken away, but it was knocked out of bounds. It'll be Illinois Tech ball to Schuth. Schuth trying to make connection to Hitchcock just below the circle. And Hitchcock swings it to Yeager, who will look to bring it over the midfield stripe. She does. She still has some room in front of her. Then a through ball trying to get it to Kayla Smith. Smith near the back line. Brings it back up high to Hitchcock. Hitchcock, top of the box. Now Hernandez will get off a shot. Fires in a stab save made by Kane. Boy, what a shot by Hernandez. She blasted that one, but Kane able to knock that one off to the side. It'll result in a Hawk corner kick, but an important save there for Kane. She's played well in the early going as the Hawks have been slowly trying to mount pressure. Hernandez will take the corner on the near side. And the kick on the way. That one's low, short. And it's going to be booted out of there by Larissa Barreto. Out of bounds, Illinois Tech throw, Hannah Ramos. All right, that was Yonahara. I always get the 6s and 8s mixed up when they're on the far side of the field. Kayla Smith over to Yeager. Yeager top of the box, back to Hernandez. You can see the Hawks making a concerted effort to get it to number 11 in red so she can get off a shot. Powerful shot for the first-year forward. Schuth brings it back upfield to Ramos. Ramos through ball. There's Kelly Hitchcock. And that one's going to go off Hitchcock and over the back line, resulting in a goal kick. So just a little too strong, but Hawks now getting consecutive efforts towards the net there. It kind of feels like it's only a matter of time with the Hawks putting on the pressure. Aurora trying to get something mounted here. And the conference opener for both teams here on a beautiful night on the south side of Chicago. Here's the kick from Kane. Right foot kick, that's short. Aurora maintains possession, however, for the moment, but then Yeager comes in. Yeager quick. Cutting to the inside, trying to get free. Hernandez will tap it to Allie Murray, who swings it to Kayla Smith on the far side. And then that ball too far out in front. Intended recipient was Kelly Hitchcock, but Smith and Hitchcock just weren't able to hook up on that attempt, so it'll be another goal kick for Melina Kane, a senior goalkeeper. out of Navan, Ontario. Kane's kick headed down by Hitchcock. Chipped upfield by Hairston. But then Hitchcock is able to get it back to Baltez. Gabriella Baltez will swing it to Liliana Schuth, heading towards the near side. Yonahara in the circle. Across the field to Yeager. Hawks like to run a lot of that offense through Yeager. That ball's out front. Kayla Smith, but too far out in front as Kane will come out of her net to scoop that one up and swing it over to Harrison. Now the ball comes back to Smith. Smith gets off a shot and a save made by Kane. Rebound sails over the net. As Valthulia got a chance at the rebound but put it over the crossbar. So a big time save by Kane. The rebound loose. But it sailed over the crossbar, and Aurora keeping the Hawks off the board. A lot of that courtesy number 1 in orange, who's going to kick the ball now, Melina Kane. And going down, that's going to be a foul, possibly on Hitchcock. I like these Aurora uniforms. They have numbers on the shorts in the front and in the front of the jersey, if you can't make out the number in the back. So multiple places. So again, I know the crowd, spectators don't care, the viewing audience, but for the broadcasters and PA announcers and stat people, we love easy to read numbers. As that ball goes into the Aurora zone, and Kane will settle it down. She'll scoop it up here, so this will be a throw. Actually, she's going to get it. The boot. And it goes over midfield. Yonahara swings it over to Schuth. Upfield now to Hernandez. Tavessa Valthulia. Along that back line, she cuts to the inside. To Hernandez, top of the box. Hernandez spins around, shoots, scores! Taylor Hernandez! And for Hernandez,
Scarlet Hawk goal scored by number 11, Taylor Hernandez.
that is Hernandez's second goal of the season to go along with 2 assists, so she's got 6 points. So great work there by Hernandez. Again, you can see how she works to get herself free and swing that right leg, and she's got a howitzer, as they say. And she puts that one in the back of the net, and the Hawks are up 1-0 on the goal by Hernandez. Now here come the Hawks again. Valthulia gets free. Tavessa Valthulia centering, tap shot, Hitchcock scores! Kelly Hitchcock on the assist from Tavessa Valthulia. Valthulia.
Scarlet Hawk goal scored by number 10, Kelly Hitchcock, assisted by number 25, Tavessa Valthulia.
So back-to-back goals for the Hawks, and they're up 2-0. So Kelly Hitchcock, we mentioned in a previous broadcast, she missed all of last season due to an injury, and she's in her graduate student year with 1 more year of eligibility, coming back, and now she's got 2 goals on the season. That ball ricochets to Kane, but she's able to pursue it before Kayla Smith could dig it out. Well, as the Hawks looking to go up 3-0 there. 33:07 to go in the first half, a 2-0 lead for Illinois Tech. Sorry. Here's Kayla Smith in the far corner. Smith, fronted by Hairston. And now Yeager along the back line. Yeager centering. That one goes across. Valthuya kicks it up high. Yonahara cuts to the inside lane, and Yonahara now to Allie Murray. Allie Murray looking for some space. And then just missing connection. Intended recipient was Valthuya, but unable to make the connection. That'll go out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for Aurora. 32 minutes remaining, 2-0 Illinois Tech. So Taylor Hernandez and Kelly Hitchcock with the goals. And Tavessa Vathalia with the assist on Hitchcock's goal. That was just a tapper for Hitchcock. It's a nice feed by Valthulia. Through ball, trying to get it to Smith. Kane comes out to grab it, just too far out in front. That's a few times where Kayla Smith has been on the doorstep, but the feeds have just been ahead of her, and Kane has been able to respond. Now she'll have to tap this one forward. She does, over to Ruby Peck. Far side of the field, Allie Murray finds Yeager. Yeager with some momentum. And then she runs into her numeral part, Ruby Peck. And then the ball goes over to Kane. Kane with the boot to midfield. That ball is bodied down by Amaro Levis of Aurora. Then a back heel pass attempt there by Larissa Barreto, but that was picked off by the Hawks. And now here's Smith. Smith up high to Murray. Murray will cross field, change directions to the near side with Liliana Schuth. Schuth, that went off her leg. Hawks get it back, Hernandez. Now Allie Murray. Murray will reset. Back to Schuth. Here's Hitchcock. Hitchcock to Yeager. That one is rolling out, but she's able to slow it down along that far sideline. Back to Smith, tap back to Yeager. Hairston did just enough to interrupt the flow for Yeager, and then coming to knock it out was Peck. That'll result in a corner kick for the first-year forward over on the far corner. So another corner kick for the Hawks. This is their third, second from that far corner. To the middle of the box, and that one's headed towards the back line. Punched up field. Ooh, not sure about that decision. Hernandez with the shot, but she blasts it wide of the right post and out. That'll be a goal kick for Aurora. Here's Peck over to Hairston. Smith with the steal, far side, going to the inside. Up high to Murray. Allie Murray slows it down. Vathalia. Inside to Hitchcock. Hitchcock free. A shot and a save made by Kane. What a save by Kane. With Kelly Hitchcock in on the play, point blank shot, and Kane was able to absorb that and fall on it and not let it get past her. Otherwise, that would have been an easy roll-in for Hitchcock, similar to her tap-in goal from before. So Kelly Hitchcock, again, from her return from injury, has made her presence felt, but Melina Kane with a great job there making the save. This could be a much bigger hole for Aurora if not for the play of Kane. Now here's Yeager over the midfield stripe. Hitchcock to Smith. Out of bounds from Sikorsky. That'll be a throw in for Smith to Yeager. Yeager to Hitchcock. Inside, trying to get it to Ramos just out front. Ramos wasn't able to get a piece of it, but Yeager tracks it down along the far side. Up high to Baltez. Gabriella Baltez finds Hitchcock. Now Yeager. Smith trying to get it to Hitchcock, but picked off by Olivas. Smith again, keeping it inside. Now Liliana Schuth. Schuth to Murray. Murray to Yeager. Yeager now Kayla Smith. Smith near that back line. She's going to take it there. Cross. Oh, and trying to get it to Hitchcock, but again, a nice job defensively by Aurora to clear that ball out of harm's way for now. Yeager will track it down on the far side. Here's Grace Yeager. Into the circle goes Lily Schuth. Schuth to Hernandez. Hernandez has the ball taken away. And now going upfield is Aurora, trying to get inside the attack zone for the first time. Baltez will track it down. Over to Hampton. And Hampton pushes to Schuth towards the near side. Yonahara, Lena Yonahara. Yonahara following that ball up, bringing it inside the zone. Through ball trying to get it to Valthalia. It'll go out of bounds. It'll be Illinois Tech throw. On the far side, Hannah Ramos will take the throw for Illinois Tech. Check that. That's once again oh, that was Yonahara taking the throw. 6s and 8s. Here's Allie Murray. Now to Yonahara. Trying to feed it to Ramos. So the 6 to 8 connection there, unable to connect. And it goes over the back line, goal kick for Aurora. 25-26 to go in the first half. Illinois Tech with a 2-0 lead. And goals by Taylor Hernandez and Kelly Hitchcock. Goals scored in back-to-back succession there. Off the face-off, or the restart from the ball from Hernandez's goal, Hitchcock scored a few seconds later. Kayla Smith heading towards the back line. Cross, deflected, oh, goes wide. Kane got a piece of it. It went out to Hitchcock, but Hitchcock's effort went wide of the left post. And again, we'll have another goal kick for Aurora. Yeager chipping it ahead. It goes off of Smith. That'll roll over the back line for another goal kick for Aurora. As is with conference play, Illinois Tech men's soccer is at Aurora this evening. We'll give you a score update as we get near halftime, or as we go along here. Hawks started out 3-0, but they dropped their last two to fall to 3-2. And we're going to get a foul, I believe, on Hernandez. 11 fouling 18. Over the midfield stripe. Ball is taken away by the Hawks, but Peck tries to bring it back in. Check that. That was 13. That was Sikorsky for Aurora. But the Hawks regained possession. Gabriela Baltez, the two-time NAC Defensive Player of the Year in women's soccer last season in 2023. Grace Yeager. Back to Baltez. Baltez to Schuth. Schuth upfield. Through ball there. Far corner. Centering attempt, trying to get that one to Yanohara from Ramos. goes out. It'll be Yonahara with the throw. Throw in from the near sideline for Yonahara. Hernandez battling for that one. Then Yeager chips it towards the box. Not a whole lot on that one, and Kane was able to cover up and gain possession for Aurora. Yeager picks the ball off inside Aurora territory. She's free on that far side. Yeager cutting to the inside. Top of the box, trying to get it to Valfalia. Baltes is there for support near the midfield stripe. Now Kayla Smith moving it inside. Smith with some grass in front of her. That ball is too far out in front for Taylor Hernandez. That'll be a goal kick for Aurora with 21 and a half minutes to go in this first half. A 2-0 Illinois Tech lead. No substitutions as of yet for either team. Aurora looking to get it outside of their defensive zone. The Hawks continue to mount pressure. Murray slows it down. Drops it back to Schuth. Hawks being very patient and deliberate. Setting up the open player. This time it's Yeager. Yeager to Hernandez, turning around. Trying to get free there, but good job by Aurora to force her to the outside. And now Aurora looks to take the ball upfield. Hernandez with the pressure. Hairston on the far sideline. She'll drop it back to Peck. And now pushing it upfield is Julie Lopez to the circle. Intended recipient there was Barreto, but that was taken by the Hawks. Hitchcock. Back to Schuth. Crossfield to Yeager. Now Smith. Smith. Little stutter step. Tried to squeeze that one through to Ramos, who was cutting, but good defensive effort by Aurora to stop that pass, get in the passing lane. But Schuth able to push it back inside the zone. Now Murray will swing it wide to Yeager. Grace Yeager. Oh, misconnection with Hitchcock, but she gets it back. Hitchcock, left foot, chip towards the box. That's stopped by Hairston. Upfield, Murray tracks it down for Illinois Tech. And Baltes back to Liliana Schuth. And now it looks like we got some substitutions queuing up. First one will be for Illinois Tech. It'll be Caitlin Walsh coming in. Here's Grace Yeager. Yeager up high to Hernandez. Hernandez shot blocked. Getting in front of that one was Daniela Martinez. Now Yeager retrieves the ball, throws it back to the circle. Vathalia up high to Schuth. Schuth now to Murray. Murray wide to Kayla Smith, far side. Smith, inside out, takes it inside, chipping it towards the box, cleared. And we'll have 3 subs coming in for Aurora shortly. Grace Yeager finds Hitchcock in that far corner. Smith. Over to Yonahara, back to Hitchcock, back to Smith. Little give and go action there. And they're going to whistle that for the offsides against the Hawks. So for Aurora, Danny Machado Salazar, Kara, and looks like Ellie Kruger are getting ready to come in. Upfield to shoot. Shoots to Baltez. Now Kelly Hitchcock. Smith. Oh, a lot of green for Smith. She's got a lot of space. Trying to squeeze that one through again to Ramos. But again, another nice defensive effort by Aurora to get in a passing lane. Now Yonahara with the steal. Back to Smith. Smith now to Yeager. Yeager's free. Too far out in front, and Kane falls on that one. Hawks have had a lot of close calls, but Kane is able to meet the ball before Yeager in that opportunity. That one deep into Hawks territory, headed upfield by Baltez. Finds Kayla Smith. Yeager being pressured from behind, get back to Smith. Here's Allie Murray to shoot. They'll change directions on the field and go over to the near side. Liliana Schuth, Yonahara to Hernandez, back to Yonahara. Feeding it ahead to Smith, and again another ball just too far out in front for Smith. Man, that's several that have been heading her way, but just out of reach. And Kane grabs it up before Smith can get there. Well, it's better to have opportunities than not getting the opportunities, and Smith has been on the doorstep several times. So boot from Kane, that's going to go into Hawk territory, headed by Yeager. Now Schuth, almost friendly fire there with Allie Murray, who ducked underneath the clearing attempt. Now Baltez will track it down inside her own zone. Baltez surveying the landscape and then pushing it to Yonahara on that near side. Yonahara will take it over midfield, finds Hitchcock. Tapper, there's Hernandez. And they whistled that one off sides. Another substitution queuing up for the Hawks. Looks like Avery Seeley and also Kayla Thomas. So 3 subs apiece for each team when the next opportunity arises. Referees operating without headsets tonight, so they haven't been able to clearly communicate with subs queuing up here. And here they go. So for the Hawks, again, Avery Seeley, Caitlin Walsh, and Kayla Thomas coming out. Kelly Hitchcock, Taylor Hernandez, and Tavessa Vathalia coming out for Aurora. Shira Hairston, Sydney Thompson, and Larissa Barreto. And going in, Danny Machado Salazar, Kyra Kerrer, and Ellie Kruger. So those are your substitutions for both teams. With 13 and a half minutes remaining, here's Gabby Baltez. Baltez will bring it upfield. Finds Yeager. Yeager will activate along that far sideline. 2 defenders, she'll stop. Chip it to Smith. Smith trying to get some space at the top of the box, swings it wide to Yonahara. Yonahara trying to track it down. She does along that near sideline. Little give and go trying to get it back to Yonahara, but that was picked off, thrown out of bounds. And Yonahara will have the throw in on that near side. Back to Schuth. Here's Baltez. Swinging it wide to Yeager. Grace Yeager. Caitlin Walsh trying to feed it inside. That one went off of Yeager and into the hands of Kane. Again, we mentioned Grace Yeager, the defender's the leading goal scorer for the Hawks as she activates from that back position tonight on the left back. Sometimes she'll move to right back. But either way, she's dangerous just with their speed, field vision, and the strength of her shot. Here's Baltez as we go under 12 minutes remaining. Feeding it in through. That one's to Kayla Smith. She's got Caitlin Walsh to her right. And Walsh. And it counts. Walsh gets the goal. Like delayed signal there, but Caitlin Walsh on the feed. She had to slow it down from Kayla Smith. So Caitlin Walsh with her second goal of the season.
Scarlet Hawk goal scored by number 12, Caitlin Walsh, assisted by number 4, Kayla Smith.
So Walsh from Smith. Kayla to Caitlin. And it's a 3-0 lead for Illinois Tech with 11:35 to go in the first half. So Illinois Tech off to a good start here in conference play. Here's Avery Seeley now. Crossfield finds Ramos. Ramos to Kayla Thomas. Here's Thomas going towards the back line. That one knocked out of bounds. That'll be a goal kick for Aurora. Kayla Smith inside the zone. Caitlin Walsh. Walsh trying to feed that one over to Ramos. Ramos back to Kayla Smith. A back step from Walsh as she continues to get pressure. Allie Murray, that one rolls off her foot, but she's going to track it down and find Liliana Schuth on that near sideline. Schuth inside to Ramos. Ramos spins, loses the handle, and taken away by Machado Salazar. Hawks get it back. Kayla Smith trying to get free. Smith with the shot. Score! Kayla Smith gets the goal. She had several close calls with balls out in front. That time Smith gets the solo tally, and the Hawks go up 4-0. Kayla Smith.
Scarlet Hawk goal scored by number 4, Kayla Smith.
Now coming off for the Hawks, Hannah Ramos and Allie Murray, and coming on for Illinois Tech is Abby Cooley and Caroline Bach. Here's Thomas. Thomas stops, spins towards the inside, spins back to the outside. Thomas with a burst of steam, tried to cross, that goes over the back line. That'll result in a Hawk corner. And it looks like Thomas will take that corner on the near corner. It's good to see number 20 in red back on the pitch. She returned last week, a week and a half ago, I should say. Right foot kick short of the box, but deflected by Smith. That goes over the back line and out. 9.5 minutes remaining. And another substitution as Annika Torbenson will come in for Grace Yeager. So head coach Roshane Ellison able to get some of his starters some downtime here before halftime. You always like to do that to get the extra rest. The 4-0 lead as Kane will make the kick. Line drive short of the top of the circle, or bottom of the circle, depending upon your perspective. It's a circle. We'll just call it that. Here's Schuth. Schuth will stop back to the inside to Baltez. Swings it wide to Torbenson. Annika Torbenson. Cuts to the inside. Torbenson back up high now to Bach. Bach to Schuth. And then Kayla Thomas. Here's Yonahara. Bach. Circle to Baltez. Seeley back to Baltez. They'll change sides of the field. Bach knocked away momentarily. Bach will look to track it down, swing it over to Thomas. Thomas dancing on that near sideline will get it back into Hawk territory. Or Schuth moves it back to Baltez, who goes through the circle. And now Torbenson. Annika Torbenson up ahead to Kayla Smith. Smith, stop back to Torbenson. Now finds Caitlin Walsh. Nice pass there from Seeley. Good pressure, however, by Sikorsky on Kayla Smith, so now the Hawks will have to regroup. Yonahara feeding it inside to Walsh, taken away. Kane will pick up the ball for the Spartans with 7:22 to go here in a first half dominated by Illinois Tech, 4-0 lead. Kane with the drop kick. Big kick into Hawk territory. That one will roll to that far sideline. Yonahara heads it out of bounds. That'll be a throw in for the Spartans on that near side, I should say. Now more substitutions for the Hawks as Joanne Porter and Gabby West are queued up. 3 and 33. Torbenson through the circle. Now back to Bach. Bach swings it over to Yonahara. Back to Schuth. Torbenson trying to track that down on the near side, far side. That one goes out from Baltez. Smith comes out with it, finds Baltez, releases to Schuth, who will bring it upfield. Now Yonahara. Yonahara trying to feed that one inside to Walsh. Sikorsky gets in the way of that one. Hawks trying to push it back inside the zone. Torbenson. Torbenson trying to go wide. Torbenson chip towards the box, but not enough on it, and it goes off target. And now substitution time. Gabby West and Joe Porter in for the Hawks. Porter in for Kayla Smith, and Gabby West coming in for Lena Yonahara. So West will take the right back position. West at right back. Torbenson left back, and still in the middle, center backs Baltez and Schuth. Here's Schuth. Cutting back inside does Schuth. Now at the midfield line. Deflected to Walsh. Aurora possesses. Seeley. A collision there. Contact between Bach and you had an Aurora player going down there. That's Julie Lopez. So a foul on Bach. And the contact with Lopez. Free kick for Aurora. And they'll get it over to Kruger. Sikorsky inside. Taken by Bach. Bach upfield to Caitlin Walsh. Walsh through ball. There's a streaking Thomas. Kayla Thomas. Shot. Oh, it hit the left post. Thomas with the shot, but it hit the left post. Barely. Nice feed by Caitlin Walsh, however, threading that over to a streaking Thomas. And Thomas did everything she could, but it just hit that left post. Here's Torbenson along the far sideline. That's going to roll out of bounds. That'll be a throw in for the Spartans with 3 minutes remaining. Kruger inside Hawk territory, but headed out of bounds. Kruger will do it again. And we're going to get Illinois Tech ball, and the foul. That foul coming on Machado Salazar against Torbenson. Lily Schuth switching to Baltez. Gabby Baltez, the Iron Woman for Illinois Tech soccer, has played 90 minutes every match this season. I don't know if she'll do it today, but if anyone will, it'll be 16. Baltez to Torbenson. Porter to Walsh. Punched out of there by Kruger, but Seeley is able to recover for Illinois Tech as we get near closing in on 1 minute. Minute 39. Walsh taken away by the Spartans. Push from behind by, I think that was on Seeley. It's either Seeley or Cooley. I think it was Seeley. No, Bach again, actually. It was a red jersey who caused the foul. That much I know. Far side pass, trying to get it over to Kruger, is picked off by Torbenson. Torbenson will release to Baltez back in Hawk territory.
1 minute remaining in the first half. 1 minute.
So now Hampton, who has not been tested in this match, and in a lot of the matches, your goalkeeper for Illinois Tech, on most days, the offense carries the play, and you don't see many attempts. Here's Caitlin Walsh. Walsh gets whistled for the offsides. So it makes it extra tough for the Hawk goalkeepers when pressure does come, because you don't see a consistent volume of shots. So you have to be ready, as if you've had 10 before that, even if it's the only one you'll see in the match sometimes. And that's been the kind of the case for Hampton. I think we mentioned he only has 7 saves on the season. 7 saves and 5 matches played. Only allowed 2 goals. 7.78 save percentage. And we'll go into halftime here at Stuart Field on the campus of Illinois Institute of Technology. Illinois Tech women's soccer up by the score of 4-0. And we'll be back with first half stats as we get closer to the end of the first half here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network. Welcome back to Stuart Field as we get ready for second half action here between Illinois Tech women's soccer and the Aurora University Spartans. Illinois Tech leading 4-0. First half goals, Taylor Hernandez. Hernandez from Vathalia at 11:13, and then at 11:54, Kelly Hitchcock from Vathalia. Caitlin Walsh, 33-minute mark, an assist from Kayla Smith. And then Kayla Smith unassisted. About 25 seconds later, that's where we're at, 4-0 Hawks. Illinois Tech outshot the Spartans 14-0 in that first period. 5 saves by Spartans goalkeeper Melina Kane, who's in the cage for the second half. In net for the Hawks will be 0-0. That is Emmy Anderson. So Emmy Anderson will be in net for the Hawks. She takes over for Kayla Hampton. And we're underway as Aurora gets things started. There were 4 corner kicks in that first half, all by the Hawks. 4 fouls for Illinois Tech, 1 for Aurora. And that's where we're at. The end of the first half, 4-0 Illinois Tech. So strong opening performance for the Hawks, as the Spartans definitely trying to rebuild their program there. 1 goal on the season for Aurora. I know they definitely like to get a tally here. Just kind of see where this game goes, but the Hawks have controlled play. Out for the Hawks is pretty much the same group that was out there, again, with the exception of goalkeeper Emmy Anderson in net for the Hawks in place of Kayla Hampton. So Hampton plays that first half, does not see a shot. That play goes out of bounds on the near side. Throw in for Aurora. Taken by the Hawks. Pushing it ahead, trying to get it to Vathalia. Quick to the ball. Over in that far corner. Now she'll bring it to the top of the box. Crosses it over to Smith. Trying to get that one over to Yeager, but that went too far, and now Aurora picks that one off. They'll look to get inside Hawk territory. That gets by Baltez. But Baltez able to circle back and get it to Schuth. Ileana Schuth has Lena Yonahara on the far side. Goes back to the middle and Baltez, who swings it to Yeager. Out front to Grace Yeager. Kayla Smith. Inside feed. That finds Ramos. But Aurora pushes that one upfield. Ramos gathers it back for the Hawks. That one rolls off the foot of Yonahara and out. It'll be a throw in for Aurora. Here's Yonahara inside her own zone, lets it roll out. Throw in for Illinois Tech. Yonahara will push it to shoot. There's Yeager. Yeager spins to the outside. Smith back to Yeager. Pushing it ahead. Yeager goes down. There's some contact there. And Aurora player slow to get up. That is Julie Lopez. She might have got banged in the head there. The referee talking it over with Lopez. Trainer was thinking about going out there, but not called onto the field by the official. Well, it's going to be Illinois Tech ball on the free kick. Baltez activates over to Schuth along the far side. Baltez to Yeager. Yeager upfield to Smith. Smith cutting inside. Smith back to the top. Finds Ramos. Trying to chip it ahead, but Lopez picks it out of there. Feed inside to Hitchcock. That was interrupted by Carrer. Now Ramos finds Yonahara. Yonahara give and go from Hernandez, trying to get it over to Vathalia. That one was picked off by the Spartans again. Yonahara tracks it down. Lena Yonahara. Head to Hernandez. Bodied off the ball, but gathering it back is Hernandez. Tried to cut back to the inside. And Lopez pushes it out over the back line. That'll be an Illinois Tech corner kick. Hernandez will take the kick. Far corner kick for Taylor Hernandez, who has a goal on the evening. A blast of a goal. Here's the kick. Big kick towards the back end of the box. Goes to the back line. And it's going to be another Hawk corner. So Hernandez will change sides and go over to the near corner now and take that kick. Wind not much of a factor. The flag isn't even flapping right now, so that's not going to affect the ball here much. Hernandez strong-legged, as you saw with her goal. Low kick, that one short of the near post. Chip back towards the box, but that goes over the back line and out. And another corner for the Hawks. So 3 consecutive corner kicks for Hernandez and Illinois Tech. Let's see how she sizes this one up. That one chipped towards the left post. Hernandez picks it up, tips it back up high to Yonahara. Actually, that's Allie Murray trying to settle it down. Murray in the far corner. Hitchcock. Up high to Baltez. Hawks will now look to reset. Here's Schuth, Liliana Schuth. Vathalia. Head to Hitchcock, but kicked out. Throw in for Illinois Tech. And that'll be Lena Yonahara taking the throw. To Hitchcock. Out. We'll do it again. Vathalia to Yonahara. Up high. Schuth. Liliana Schuth has some free space. Hernandez trying to push it over to Hitchcock, but that's punched up field by the Spartans. Good effort there from McKenna Coons to clear that ball. It'll be Illinois Tech throw-in, however, on the far side in Yonahara. Coons deflects the ball, but Vathalia picks it up, goes towards the circle, finds Ramos, Hannah Ramos. Ramos with a little burst of speed to Kayla Smith. Smith cuts to the inside as Ramos cut in front of her. That ball was deflected. Ramos, cross, and they're going to get the offsides. 37-10 to go here in the second half. Illinois Tech up 4-0 in this conference opener, as they look to win their third consecutive regular season championship. Obviously, the conference tournament championship's the big one, and that's the one the Hawks won last year for the first time after knocking on the door the previous 3 years, allowing the Hawks to get their first NCAA tournament bid, and they made it all the way to the Sweet 16. So a historic season last year for the Scarlet Hawks, and they look to continue. Several players graduated from this team, but Coach Roshane Ellison loaded with a talented first-year class along with the returning players, so he's hoping there's not much of a drop-off, but a lot of talented players who graduated from the program last year, and Hawks off to a good start here for the 2025 chapter. Kane will take the ball for Aurora. Upfield to Kerr. Kira Carr. Bathalia trying to pick up that ball. Cross. Toe blast over the net from Taylor Hernandez. She had a wide open net. She can't believe it, and she blasted that one over the crossbar. I mean, positive is she kept it in Stuart Field, but you know she wanted to bury that one in the net for her second goal. Big opportunity there for the first-year forward. Now here's Yeager trying to feed it inside to Hitchcock. Ball pushed forward. Murray will gather it up and get it to Lily Schuth. Schuth, Hitchcock, Yonahara. Hitchcock fell down in front of that Hawk bench. Ramos gets the ball back. Hawks continue to carry the play, not allowing Aurora to generate anything offensively. Hernandez over to Vathalia. Far corner. Cuts inside, does Vathalia. To the top of the box. Shot blocked. Yeager's shot was blocked. Baltez will track it down. Gabby Baltez inside. Over in that far corner. Crossing attempt. Ball is loose. And chipped out of there at the last minute as Kane was down and out. Hitchcock was down and out. But a good clearing attempt there. Not sure if that was Coons or who was that for the Spartans, but they were able to get that ball out of harm's way before the Hawks could pursue the loose change. 33-20 to go here in the second half. No goals as of yet in half number 2. 4 for the Hawks in the first stanza. As Grace Yeager takes it over on that near sideline. Oh, Baltez with a rush there that generated that chance. Took it all the way to that far corner, or near corner, I should say, from your perspective. And is able to send that cross over. Kane looked to play it. Ball was loose, but cleared by Aurora. Now Melina Kane will pick it up. And set it down. Line drive towards the near sideline. Deflected upfield by Aurora. Hitchcock tries to keep it in. Hawks look to pursue. Aurora pushes it back upfield. to the circle. Taken by Aurora's Chelsea Johnson. Back to Johnson in the circle. Ramos battling for the ball. Over to Allie Murray. Here's Allie Murray now. Upfield finds Yeager. That one rolls off, but Smith is there for support. Yeager to Murray. Murray to Hernandez. Intended recipient was Ramos, but picked off there by Kira Carr. Now let's go all the way over into the near corner where Baltez will track it down. Baltez will bring it upfield. Surveys and swings it over to Schuth on the far side. Liliana Schuth. Vathalia. Ahead to Ramos. Ramos cuts to the inside. Trying to get it over to Hernandez. Picked off by Lopez. Hawks look to get it back, but there's going to be a foul behind the play. As it's like I believe on Hernandez fouling 23, Sydney Thompson. So 11 on 23 possibly. Vathalia finds Baltez. Here's Grace Yeager, the first-year defender. Pushing it ahead, tap to Hitchcock to Smith. Smith cutting inside. Going to push that one through. That was blocked. It was Ellie Kruger on support. Now Smith brings it back to Baltez. Baltez clears to Schuth. Yonahara now. Lena Yonahara to Ramos. Ramos. And get it over to Vathalia. Aurora is able to get into the passing lane and push it upfield. Schuth tracks it down to Baltez. Under 30 minutes to go here in half number 2, 29-35, specifically 4-0 Illinois Tech. We have a sub or two queuing up for Aurora. It'll be Chelsea Fuentes and Danny Machado Salazar. For Illinois Tech, Kayla Thomas and Caroline Bach and Avery Seeley. Coming off for the Hawks will be Vathalia, Hernandez, and Hitchcock. And coming off for Aurora is Barreto and Thompson. Chip toward the box. Oh, that one goes through. Over to that far sideline, goes out. And that'll be an Aurora throw in that far corner. Hawks possibly will rotate in more goalkeepers here with the 4-0 lead. Have Clara Estiandin, who's warming up on the sideline along with Katia Blotnick. Hampton going into tonight's match had played in 5 matches, 342 minutes. Next up was Blotnick with 64, Emmy Anderson with 30, and then about 13 minutes for Estiandin. Here's Seeley. Seeley will roll it wide, finds Yeager, Grace Yeager. Yeager ahead, too far out in front of Kayla Thomas as Melina Kane scoops that one up for Aurora. And once again, the play is tilted into the Aurora defensive zone with the Hawks attack. Tough conference opener for the Spartans. facing the reigning NAC champions who are looking to get back. As Coach Ellison said, he wants his team to go further than the Sweet 16, which would be nice. Make it to the round of 8. So that's the stated mission the team said coming into this season. But first things first, got to win your conference matches. Try and get your number 1 seed in the conference tournament and then go from there. So a long way before you can talk about any NCAA aspirations, but it starts tonight for the Hawks and all the other teams in the NAC. Near sideline, pushed up field by Aurora. Baltez will flag it down, being pressured from behind by Machado Salazar. And will roll it over to Emmy Anderson. Quickly to Schuth, with pursuit coming from Chelsea Johnson. Yonahara gets it. Upfield they go to Seeley. Seeley releases to Murray. Murray now finds Yeager. Yeager quickly activating from her left back position. Tried to punch it inside, but in the passing lane was Sikorsky. And Sikorsky bringing it upfield. Yeager gets it back. Good battle there between 13 and 18. And now Yeager will get it over to Baltez. Here's Schuth. Schuth looking the field into the circle, Allie Murray. Murray now to Smith. Trying to feed a cutting Kayla Thomas, but ball was knocked out of there. I believe that was Daniela Martinez for Aurora. Schuth to Baltez in the circle. We're under 25 minutes to play. Now Yeager finds Smith near sideline. Smith will stay to the outside in a foot race there. Smith along the back line. And it's going to be Illinois Tech corner. So good job by Smith. Kayla. Well, one of the Kaylas was going to take it. Kayla Thomas looked like she was heading there, but Kayla Smith will take it over in that near corner. Corner kick for the Hawks. Kick from Smith. Heading punched out of there by Kane. Nice job by Kane aggressively pushing that ball upfield. Oh, and a tumble on that far sideline. Smith back on her feet. Now Liliana Schuth bringing it inside. Schuth to Murray. Top of the box. Over to Yonahara. Yonahara through some traffic, still with it. Backline Seeley. And Seeley tries to get it cross. That one's deflected out, and that'll result in another corner kick for Illinois Tech. It'll be Kayla Thomas taking the kick. And a pair of Scarlet Hawks will be coming in for substitution the next opportunity. Not now, though. Corner kick coming. Actually, no. Caitlin Walsh will come in. Hannah Ramos checking out. Caitlin Walsh in. Kayla Thomas with the corner kick. Booming kick toward the back post. Baltez tries to battle it down, but Aurora did a nice job of neutralizing her and pushing the ball away from the goal. Hawks look to keep it in. They do. Little give and go there. Schuth. Now Seeley. Yonahara cuts to the inside. Back over to Bach. That's going to be pushed out of bounds. Joe Porter is going to come in now for Kayla Smith. So Porter for Smith. getting ready to come in for the Hawks. Next opportunity will be Mackenzie Dowd. Here's Machado Salazar pushing it wide, but Yeager activates from the back line. Ball cleared up field. Out of bounds, it'll be, we have a player down. Hawks' Liliana Schuth is down. She might just be cramping. Now they're going to, clock stopped here with 21-13. And now head trainer Mika Sanchez is going to go out and take a look at Schuth. They're gathering up. More substitutions for the Hawks as Annika Torbenson and Mackenzie Dowd coming in. Allie Murray coming out. Grace Yeager coming out. Liliana Schuth seems to be okay. She's laughing it off there. Also coming in for the Hawks will be Rachel Fujimori, and then a goalkeeper change for the Hawks as coming in net for Illinois Tech is number 40. And that is Clara Estiandin in net for the Hawks now. So head coach Roshane Ellison able to roll into the reserves here and get some depth playing in the match. And Schuth seems to be in good spirits on the bench there, so it doesn't seem she's worried it was anything significant, just unable to go at the moment. And her day's probably done anyways, with Fujimori in her stead. And looks like it'll be an Illinois kick. Illinois Tech corner. More substitutions. Caroline Bach and Lena Yonahara checking out. Coming in is Gabby West and Abby Cooley. Big booming kick. That goes well wide of the right post from Seeley. Seeley got all of that one. We're under 20 minutes to play. 19:48, 4-0 Illinois Tech. All 4 goals coming in that first half. Seeley turns it around. Trying to get that one over to Porter. Fans on that sideline wanting a foul there. None forthcoming. Well, Baltez to Fujimori. So it's Fujimori center back along with Baltez. Left back is Torbenson and right back is Gabby West. A couple subs queuing up for Aurora. It'll be Dahlia Fuentes and Taylor Collins at the next opportunity. Torbenson tried to push that one upfield. Here's Estiandin will touch the ball for the first time and roll it over to Fujimori. Rachel Fujimori upfield. Pushed upfield by Cooley. Strong push ahead. And Kane comes all the way out of the box and sends it over to teammate McKenna Coons. Hawks look to track it down Seeley. Seeley spins. Has an outlet, tried to get it back to Cooley. Baltez pursues. Gabby Baltez. Now Cooley. Cooley over to the near side, but that's punched back upfield. And that's going to be played by Mackenzie Dowd. Dowd to Torbenson. Torbenson will have to track that one back down and get it back to Estiandin. Here's Fujimori to Baltez. Hawks looking to get their offense restarted here with several substitutions in the lineup now. Baltez still patrolling that back line. Intercepted in the circle by her numeral sake, Kira Carr. Baltez tracks it back down and gets it to Estiandin. So rare mistake from Gabby Baltez, but she's able to quickly recover. Crossfield finds Fujimori. Fujimori with a little room in front of her, pushes it to the circle. Dowd finds West, and West over to Baltez. Baltez now having to be extra active here in this stretch, as the Hawks offense isn't able to get anything generated at the moment. Now here's Caitlin Walsh, near sideline, dancing. Tries to get it to the top of the box to Cooley. That goes out of bounds. And substitutions. So it's Dahlia Fuentes and Taylor Collins, along with Larissa Barreto re-entering. Coming off for Aurora is Chelsea Johnson, Kira Carr, and Machado Salazar, Danny Machado Salazar. Throw in for Aurora near sideline. Coming up on 15 minutes to play in this scoreless second half after a 4-goal outburst from Illinois Tech in the first half. Torbenson to Caitlin Walsh. Caitlin Walsh pounds that ball wide of the right post, and that goes over the back line. It'll be Aurora possession. Here's Melina Kane. She'll take the kick for Aurora. Chipping it, header attempt by Thomas that went over. Hawks still trying to pursue. I'll roll it over to the far side. Torbenson, or near side, Torbenson tracks it down. Torbenson will release to Baltez. Now to Estiandin. Back to Baltez. Fujimori finds West, that escapes West. But Kayla Thomas is there to recover for the Hawks. Now Cooley. Cooley trying to push it to Walsh. And we're going to get a foul on Illinois Tech. Might be on Cooley. 13:47 remaining in a scoreless second half. 4-0 Illinois Tech. Here's Kayla Thomas. Thomas crossing it. Oh, just out of reach of Porter. Porter trying to track it down, however, she does. Porter now circling, push from behind. Torbenson tries to keep it in. She will. Now Torbenson cuts to the inside, trying to go to the top of the box, and Aurora will clear it out of bounds. Throw in for Illinois Tech. Another sub queuing up for Aurora. Fujimori to Torbenson. Torbenson ahead. Seeley was trying to track it down, but Aurora cleared towards midfield. And more substitutions for Illinois Tech as well. Looks like Yasmi Siopsis and Sofia Rodriguez Majid will come in at the next opportunity for Illinois Tech. And we're going to get subs coming in. Also for Aurora, Anna Corneliuson will check in place of McKenna Coons. Coming out for Illinois Tech will be Kayla Thomas and Avery Seeley. And again, Sofia Rodriguez Majid and Yasmi Siopsis in for Illinois Tech. As we're down to 12:08 remaining. 4-0 lead for Illinois Tech. Looking to improve to 5-0-1 on the season and start off NAC play 1-0-0. Aurora, unless anything drastically changes, will fall to 0-6 on the season and 0-1-0 to start conference play. Here's Fujimori. Release back to Estiandin. A couple more substitutions for Aurora. It'll be Oliviana Maniaci and Ariana Hernandez. Let me check on that name for Maniaci. Minyachi. Oliviana Minyachi. So Minyachi in along with Ariana Hernandez. And coming out for Aurora. As she waves that penny in front of the number. I believe that's 13. That's Maura Sikorsky. Checking out for Aurora. Along with number 27, Ellie Kruger. So those are your substitutions for Aurora with 10:17 remaining. So Baltes will continue to play looks like the entire match. No surprise there, although if you did want to have an opportunity for her to take a breather, this would be a good opportunity. But it's hard to take off 16 when she doesn't want to come off, and frankly, I don't think the coach wants to take her off. So a perfect match. Hawks battling on that back line. That's Porter. Porter continues to battle. Now she circles through to the top of the box, finds West. West with a left foot shot, blocked, doesn't get through. Good job by Porter there, ball handling, holding possession, and then eventually getting it over to West, who was able to spin and get a shot off. Just couldn't get through. It was blocked. Now West trying to feed a through ball there to Cooley. Knocked out of bounds by Aurora. Be a throw in for Illinois Tech. Gabby West. West to Rodriguez Majid. And that one's going to go over the back line, and it'll be Aurora ball. Goal kick for Melina Kane. Another substitution coming in, Illinois Tech. Caroline Bach. Bach in for Caitlin Walsh. Torbenson heads it towards the circle. Fujimori tries to track it down, then she punches it over to that near sideline, gathers the ball herself. Ahead to, I think that's, it might be Mackenzie. No, Dowd's over there. That was Siopsis. Yasmi Siopsis. Gonna track that down. Another sub queuing up for Aurora. And it's coming back in will be Sikorsky, who just had a brief breather. Sikorsky will come in. Coming out as Lopez, Julie Lopez. Lopez shaken up a little bit. So that's why Sikorsky went back in. Trainer's coming to take a look at Lopez, see if she needs any assistance. West battles for the ball, keeps it away from Hernandez. Throw in, however, for the Spartans. Fujimori will knee that one forward. Now Cooley. Overrun by the Hawks. And now they'll drop it back low to Peck. Ruby Peck. Push back upfield by the Spartans. Now Rodriguez Majid ahead. Cooley is rolling out of bounds. Too far out in front for Dowd to track it down. It'll be a throw in for Aurora as we're under 7 minutes to play. 6:55. Spartan throw. Out of bounds, Illinois Tech throw now, Gabby West. West back to Baltez. To Torbenson. Torbenson upfield. Now West will punch it ahead to Porter. Porter swings it to Torbenson. Back to Porter. Porter at the midfield stripe. Now changes direction and releases to Fujimori. Hawks will be okay here, killing some time off the clock. As Baltez will swing it back to Fujimori towards the far sideline, has West to her right. And that's where she goes with it, Gabby West. Trying to get that forward to Rodriguez Majid, but just too far out in front for Sophia to track that one down. So that'll be a goal kick for Aurora as we're under 6 minutes to play, 5:23. So Hawks used 3 goalkeepers in the match. Kayla Hampton had the first half, did not see any action. Then it was Emmy Anderson, and now Clara Estiandon will finish things off for the Hawks. Melina Kane has gone all the way for Aurora. She hasn't been as busy as she was in that first half, for sure. Made 5 saves in that first half. That score could have been even more significant than the 4-0 lead the Hawks currently hold, if not for some of the handiwork of Kane. Cooley able to elude Fuentes, and now centers it over to Dowd. Dowd finding Cooley, cross attempt cleared out of there. A little good give and go there between Cooley and Dowd. But the cross unable to get through. Throw in for Aurora on the far sideline with 4:17 to go. Here's Fujimori, Rachel Fujimori to Baltez in the circle. Torbenson to her left. That's where she goes. Torbenson will activate. Going in that near corner. Torbenson with the blast, and Kane got a piece of that one. What a shot by Torbenson. Then a follow-up shot by Porter. Does not get through. Rolls over to the near sideline. Torbenson tracks it down. She'll chip it towards the box. Cooley with a chipper on top of the net. So close for Cooley, but deflected it over the cage on top of the net. So Hawks getting some chances here in the final minutes. And it'll result in a corner kick and going to that far corner. Will be someone other than Mackenzie Dowd. Because it's on the near corner, that's why. Near corner kick, low, headed forward by Aurora. Tracked down by the Hawks, pushed towards the box. Oh, Porter's free. Shot, save, Kane. And then she falls on it as her defender, Barreto, or midfielder, kind of shielded anyone from coming in on Kane, and then Kane was eventually able to cover up. But Porter with a great opportunity there. Now here's Bach. Bach trying to cross it over to Rodriguez Majid, unable to get it through. Aurora tries to push it upfield. Down to 2.5 minutes remaining. Hawks trying to generate some late-minute offense here. Trying to get a tally on the board. There's Rodriguez Majid. Crossing, deflected to the top of the box, and pushed out of harm's way by the Spartans. Fujimori gets there before Ariana Hernandez clears it out of bounds. It'll be an Aurora throw right near midfield, inside Hawk territory, just outside Hawk territory. Now it's inside. Chipped ahead, Baltez deflects it ahead. I think Cooley was in the general vicinity, but Barreto tracks it down for Aurora. And now Corneliuson. Out of bounds, Illinois Tech ball. They'll quickly move it upfield. Yasmin tried to feed that one into Cooley. She gets the ball back, cross field, too far out in front of Rodriguez Majid. Throwing for Aurora as we're going to come up on that 1 minute mark here in 20 seconds. 4-0 lead for Illinois Tech. About to start conference play 1-0 on the 2025 version of Illinois Tech women's soccer. Here's Cooley. Siopsis. Near corner, too far out in front for Rodriguez Majid. That'll go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Spartans' far sideline. Baltez rolls it to Torbenson. 43 seconds remaining. Torbenson upfield. Here's Porter. Porter gets free. Porter, gets around another defender. Chip shot in the net. Oh, it goes just wide. Porter danced around two defenders and the goalkeeper, but the shot went wide of the right post. What an effort there by Joe Porter. She's had a couple good chances here. Now we're going up on 10 seconds remaining. Kane is just going to direct traffic. Put the ball in motion as time will wind down. And your final score from Stuart Field, Illinois Tech women's soccer with a 4-0 victory over the Aurora University Spartans. All 4 goals coming in that first half. With the goals by Taylor Hernandez, Kelly Hitchcock, Caitlin Walsh, and Kayla Smith. So Kelly, Caitlin, Kayla. And then Taylor Hernandez getting in on the action. 2 assists for Vesa Vathalia and an assist for Kayla Smith. So good day for Illinois Tech women's soccer. 4-0 victory. They start off NAC play 1-0. That'll do it here from Stuart Field. Again, your final score, Illinois Tech 4, and Aurora University 0. This is Eric Willowhite, Sports Information Director for Illinois Tech Athletics, saying so long, and we'll see you this Saturday. Doubleheader action, women's soccer 1 o'clock versus St. Norbert here at Stuart Field, and then the men play at 3:30 against the Green Knights as well. Also, we have women's volleyball with their home openers Saturday. They have a tri-match. They'll face off against Edgewood, 12 o'clock, and then a 5 p.m. match against North Central. Middle match will be Edgewood against North Central College. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network.